Welcome back. President Trump tapping Senator Markwayne Mullin to replace Kristi Noem as the new DHS Secretary. Writing on Truth Social, quote, Markwayne Mullin will work tirelessly to keep our borders secure, stop migrant crime, murders, and other criminals from illegally entering our country in the scourge of illegal drugs, and make America safe again. With that, let's bring in Chad Wolf, former acting Secretary of Homeland Security. Chad, great to have you this morning. What do you make of this shakeup at DHS and the soon-to-be Secretary Mullin?
Well, look, it's a great pick. Senator Mullin is a patriot. He understands the threats facing the homeland. He serves on the Armed Services Committee. Very strong on border security, very strong on immigration enforcement. Two priorities that the president cares a lot about. So when and if confirmed, I think he's going to do a great job. Look, DHS has had a remarkable year. If you look at the progress that it has made over these past 13 or 14 months since inheriting the mess of the Biden administration and such an open border. And so I'm sure he's going to continue to build off of a lot of the successes the department and the Trump administration has had.
Yeah, that's a great point. Secretary Noem delivered unprecedented results. At the top of that list, I would place 10-plus months with zero releases at the border, and that's, of course, what needed to be done first, secure the border. That's never been so secure. Now it's a removal of the criminal illegal alien threats on the interior, many of whom were let into the country under the previous administration over the 4 years of the Biden border crisis. But in talking to my CBP and ICE sources just in the last 24 hours, they tell me they're excited. They approve of this change because they feel like DHS, ICE, in some ways, looking at what transpired, the chaos in Minnesota, that they lost a little bit of their core mission, and they're excited to have the opportunity to get back to it. Are you hearing something similar to that?
I certainly am. Look, it's been a tough last several months for the department on a variety of different fronts. And unfortunately, some of that is self-inflicted wounds. And I think that's been overshadowing the progress and really the great results that the men and women of CBP, ICE, and others around the department are doing each and every day. So as the president has indicated, new leadership means a little bit of a reset. And so Senator Mullins has the opportunity to come in, hit that reset button a little bit, chart out his priorities, his strategies to do just that, so that they can continue to focus on securing that border. As you indicated, I mean, the Biden border crisis that went on for 4 years was unprecedented, and yet the Trump administration fixed that in a matter of months. But now the hard work is removing individuals from the country and everything that entails. And so I'm sure the senator will get his arms around that. Again, we'll chart out a strategy with the men and women of ICE, with CBP, and with others at the department, and continue to build on a lot of the great successes. And we got 3 more years to keep racking up wins at the department.
And I just want to get this in with you, Chad, because one of the things that Mullin's going to have to address is going back to the border crisis under President Biden. I watched hundreds of Iranian young military-age men crossing in places like Cucumba, California, in Lukeville, Arizona. Bill Maloogian and I saw it every single day. They could possibly now pose a threat in this country with the war in Iran. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, obviously he's going to have to work very, very closely with the FBI. They've got over 200 JTTFs, Joint Terrorism Task Forces, out there monitoring this. And this is why it's so important to make sure that we understand who's coming into the country, why, and that they are properly vetted. And so, again, making sure that you remove those dangerous criminal illegal aliens, those public safety threats and national security threats. Look, you could have 800 Iranians here in the United States who have not committed any crime, but yet they are removable. And that's what you need to focus on, those national security and public safety threats, and not just the hardened criminals, but all of the threats facing Americans.
They got to address it. Chad Wolf, thank you very much.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.